In this video, I'm going to reveal the one choice that separates people who build extraordinary lives from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. You'll discover why most people unconsciously drift through life instead of actively architecting their future. I'll show you the exact difference between living reactively and living intentionally, plus the simple daily practice that transforms dreamers into achievers. By the end, you'll have a clear blueprint for making this life-changing choice, and you'll have the tools to implement it immediately. Here's a question that will change everything. Are you building your life or just letting it happen to you? There are two types of people in this world, architects and drifters. Architects design their future with clear intention. They make deliberate choices about where they want to go and what they want to build. Drifters react to whatever comes their way. They let circumstances decide their path. Most people are drifters without even knowing it. They think they're making choices, but they're actually just responding to whatever life throws at them. Let me paint you a picture of a typical drifter's day. They wake up and immediately grab their phone. They start scrolling through social media for 30 minutes before getting out of bed. They rush through breakfast while checking emails. And at work, they complain about their boss, their workload, their salary. During lunch, they scroll more social media and watch YouTube videos about people living the life that they wish that they had. After work, they come home exhausted. They order takeout, watch Netflix, and scroll their phone until they fall asleep. Then they repeat this exact routine the next day. Drifters live paycheck to paycheck, even when they make decent money. They feel stuck in their career but never take action to change it. They talk about starting a business or learning new skills or pursuing their dreams, but they never actually start. They're building someone else's dream while their own dreams collect dust. Now let me show you how architects think differently. Architects start each day with purpose. They know exactly what they want to achieve in the next 5 years, and they work backward to figure out what they need to do today. When they face a decision, they ask themselves one question: does this move me closer to my goal or further away from it? Here's a concrete example. A drifter sees an opportunity to make extra money and immediately jumps on it without even thinking. An architect evaluates that same opportunity against their long-term vision, and if it doesn't align, they say no, even if it means leaving money on the table. Drifters chase every shiny object. Architects stay focused on their target. When drifters have free time, they consume content mindlessly. Architects use that same time to create, learn, or build relationships that support their goals. When drifters face a setback, they see it as proof that success isn't meant for them. Architects see setbacks as data points that help them adjust their strategy. Society pushes us towards the drifter path every day. The education system teaches us to just follow instructions and not think independently. The job market rewards compliance over creativity. Social media algorithms feed us endless distractions. The entertainment industry keeps us passive consumers instead of active creators. Everything around us is designed to keep us drifting. Think about it. When you were a kid, adults ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? But nobody actually taught you how to become that person. They taught you how to get good grades or go to college and get a job and just hope for the best. And that's drifter thinking. Architects reject this programming. They understand that waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, or waiting for someone to give them an opportunity is just another form of drifting. They create their own opportunities. The school system prepares you to be an employee, not an entrepreneur. Your parents probably want you to take the safe path because that's what worked for their generation. Your friends might discourage you from taking risks because your success makes them uncomfortable with their own choices. What is the single choice that separates successful people from those who feel stuck in life? The choice is deciding whether you'll be an architect or stay a drifter. Everything else flows from this fundamental decision. Most drifters never even realize they're making a choice. They think life just happens to them. They blame their circumstances, their upbringing, their lack of resources, or their bad luck. Architects understand that life happens through them, not to them. Here's the truth about what happens when you don't make this fundamental choice. When you choose to drift instead of architect your life, you unknowingly surrender control of your time, your energy, and your future to other people. You become a passenger in your own life. Drifters give away their most valuable resources without even realizing it. Every morning when they wake up and they grab their phone, they're handing control of their attention to social media algorithms. Those algorithms are designed by some of the smartest people in the world to keep you scrolling. They study your behavior, they figure out what makes you click, and they feed you exactly what will keep you engaged. You think you're just checking your phone for a few minutes, but suddenly an hour has passed and you haven't accomplished anything meaningful. The entire system is designed to keep people in drifter mode. The traditional 9 to 5 structure trains you to wait for someone else to tell you what to do. You clock in, follow instructions, clock out, and repeat. You trade your time for money, but you never build anything that belongs to you. Your boss sets your schedule, your company decides your salary, your manager determines whether you get promoted. You're building your wealth while your own dreams sit on the shelf. Let me break down the math of a typical drifter's life. You work for 40 years, maybe 45 if you're unlucky. During those decades, you spend 8 hours a day making money for someone else. That's 2,000 hours per year, 80,000 to 90,000 hours of your life dedicated to building someone else's empire. Meanwhile, your own ideas, your creative projects, your business dreams get maybe an hour here and there on weekends if you're not too tired. Entertainment companies profit from keeping you passive. Netflix doesn't want you to start a business. They want you to binge their shows. Game developers don't want you to learn new skills. They want you to play their games for hours every night. Social media platforms want you to consume for hours on end. Advertisers study your psychology to make you buy things that you don't need with money that you don't have. They create artificial urgency with limited time offers. They make you feel inadequate, so you purchase their solutions. They interrupt your thoughts with notifications designed to trigger impulse purchases. Your wallet becomes their target, and your desires become their profit center. The psychological cost of drifting runs deeper than money. Drifters develop learned helplessness. They start to believe that success happens to other people and not to them. They convince themselves that successful people got lucky, or they had connections, or they started with advantages that they don't have. This mindset becomes a prison. When you believe you can't control your outcomes, you stop trying to control them. I've watched people wake up at 40, 50, and even 60 years old and realize they've been sleepwalking through their entire adult life. They look around and ask themselves where the time went. They have nothing to show for decades of work except a modest retirement account and a house that they're still paying off. Their kids grew up while they were building someone else's business. Their health declined while they were sitting in cubicles. Their dreams faded while they were waiting for the right moment to pursue them. Each day you drift makes it harder to change course. The longer you stay in the passenger seat, the more comfortable that it becomes. You develop financial obligations that make risk-taking seem impossible. You accumulate responsibilities that limit your options. You lose confidence in your ability to create something from nothing. And the gap between where you are and where you want to be grows wider every single day. Your comfort zone becomes a prison that you built yourself, and you tell yourself you'll start that business next year. You'll learn that skill when you have more time. You'll take that risk when the timing is perfect. Why do people who don't make this fundamental choice end up living someone else's agenda? Because drifters give up their power to choose and let others make decisions for them. They become victims of other people's priorities instead of architects of their own destiny. So how do you break free from this pattern and become the architect of your life? The choice to be an architect isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment to intentional living. Every morning when you wake up, you choose again. You decide whether you'll design your life or let it happen to you. Right now, I want you to decide which role you'll embody. Are you going to stay a drifter or become an architect? Don't wait until tomorrow. Take one concrete action today that moves you forward towards your goals. Write down what you want to build. Reverse engineer that and take actionable steps every day to get there. Every extraordinary life started with someone choosing to stop drifting and start building.